Hi, my name is Glenn Murphy. Today we are going to look at some of the features of WATS, which was developed by myself in collaboration with Dr. Reen Visser from the University of Canterbury. WATS was designed and built with the help of funding from Forest Growers Research Limited. Its target audience is small forest growers. They can easily use WATS to determine the net revenue that might be obtained from harvesting their woodlot. WATS can also be used to determine how sensitive net revenue is to some key variables. WATS provides semi-specific costs and returns from harvesting a woodlot located in New Zealand and described by the woodlot owner. It is web-based and located on the Forest Growers Researchers website under the Calculators section. It's designed to run on desktop and mobile platforms such as tablets and smartphones. It's compatible with Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari web browsers, but it's not compatible with the legacy Internet Explorer browser. Let's step our way through WATS now using a woodlot located in the Bay of Plenty. The address for the woodlot is 1188 Manawahey Road. We're going to call it Demo. It's located in the central North Island. It has an area of 31 hectares, and the distance from the public road to the edge of the woodlot is 420 metres. A new access road doesn't have to be built to the edge of the woodlot, and the terrain is fairly easy. It's about 4/5 or about 80% flat and 1/5 or about 20% moderate. Pre-harvest inventory assessment had already been carried out for this woodlot. There were 2 grades of pruned domestic saw logs, 4 grades of export logs, and 1 grade of domestic pulp logs. And the information that was available was the expected yield in tonnes per hectare for each of the different grades of logs, and the price in dollars per tonne for each of those grades of logs. Let's get started. We go to the FGR website and click on the Calculators button at the top of the screen, and then we click on the Woodlot Analysis Tool button. First taken to an instructions page. This is followed by a woodlot location page, a woodlot details page, a log grade and yield page, a costs page, and a woodlot summary page. There is also a handy JAS to tonne price conversion tool. The instructions page suggests that you have available the woodlot details and yield data that I've just described. It also suggests that you read the WATS User's Guide, which is located above the instructions page. Now click on the Start button. The location page is where you use a Google Maps interface to locate the access point to your woodlot. It must be on a public road. We type in the address for the woodlot. In this demonstration, it is 1188 Manawahey Road. We zoom in or out as needed. And then drag the red pin to the access point. Now click on the Woodlot Details button. On the Details page, we provide a description of the woodlot. We first enter a name. We next select the zone in which the woodlot is located. New Zealand is split into 7 zones. The zone information is linked to indicative harvesting, roading and planning cost data. We select Central North Island. Next we enter the net stocked woodlot area. Then the distance from the public road access point to the edge of the woodlot. Then we select if a new access road has to be constructed. And then finally, for this page, we describe the terrain mix in terms of fifths. Now we move on to the logs page. On the logs page, we will be entering information about the log grades that are likely to be harvested from the woodlot. This includes the expected yields and the expected wharf gate or mill gate prices for the logs. In our demonstration woodlot, this information came from a pre-harvest inventory assessment. If an assessment has not been carried out, one of the growth and yield calculators on the FGR website could be used to obtain the yield information. There are also a number of New Zealand websites that provide recent log price data. Log grades are selected from a drop-down list. After these have been selected, we will enter expected yields. These will be followed by expected prices. Gross return for each log grade is calculated for the whole woodlot and is shown in the right-hand column. Total volume expected from harvesting the woodlot and total gross returns are shown at the bottom of the page. We can now move on to look at the costs page. All costs shown are calculated automatically based on earlier user inputs. Costs are calculated for planning the woodlot harvesting operation, construction and maintenance of roads and landings, transporting machinery onto the site, harvesting the woodlot, cartage of wood to mill and ports, a harvest management fee, and other costs such as weighbridge fees, clean-up costs, etc. The user can override individual calculated costs if she has better information. From the cost page, we move to the summary page. Here we have a summary of total gross returns, total costs, and net returns from harvesting the woodlot. Net returns are also expressed on a per hectare and per tonne basis. A pessimistic to optimistic range in net returns is also provided. These are based on the assumptions that log prices could be up or down by 5% and costs up or down by 15%. The print button provides another on-screen summary of the inputs to and outputs from WATS. It also allows the user to select printer settings such as printing on a physical printer or printing to a saved PDF file. If you don't want a physical or digital print output, just click on the Cancel button. Now that we've finished analysing the demo woodlot, we can either leave WATS or we can click on the Reset button if we want to analyse potential net returns from another woodlot. The Reset button clears all data and takes us back to the instructions page. Now let me quickly show you how WATS can be used to answer what-if questions. The expected net revenue from the demo woodlot was $72,717 per hectare. What if the harvest was delayed by 2 years with the expectation that export log prices will go up by 5%? The trees would continue to grow at a rate of about 28 tonnes per hectare per year. Our log grade yields would go up, and so would the prices for the export log grades, but not the domestic log grades. If we had not clicked on the reset button, all we would have needed to do was step back to the logs page and enter the new yields and new prices. Gross returns, costs, and net returns would all be immediately updated, and we would find that the expected net return from delaying the harvest by 2 years would be $81,247 per hectare, or an increase of about $8,530 per hectare. That was a quick overview of some of the features of WATS, how it can be used to analyse net returns from woodlots, and how it can be used to carry out sensitivity of net returns to some key variables. A companion tool to WATS is the book that Reen Visser and I wrote on how to market and harvest your forest woodlot for profit. As well as a source of useful information, it also provides 2 more case studies on how to use WATS. The book is also freely available on the FGR website. Thank you for watching this video on the woodlot analysis tool WATS.